In our last two sessions, we discussed a letter from a woman who was at her wit's end about her husband's driving. We talked about his emptiness and hers and the disaster of their exchange of "I don't love you" messages. When we see it all in terms of real love, which is the real issue, the solution is obvious. They both need more real love in their lives. But that takes time. Now back to the writer of the letter. Until you feel enough real love, what can you do in the meantime about this scary driving thing with Bill? You're not trapped. You have lots of choices. Sit down with Bill at a time completely dissociated with driving or planning a drive. Tell him that the way you've been talking to him about his driving has been completely selfish, demanding, and wrong. Now, I understand that his behavior has been wrong too, but you're not there to talk about him. When has that ever worked? You're there to talk about you. And anger is never loving. So it's always selfish and wrong to be angry. Your goal is to describe your own mistakes and to find a solution to your problem. Then tell him that you're never going to nag him about his driving again. Let me tell you, between that and admitting that you're wrong, you will have his full attention. He'll have nothing to argue with. In your own mind, you have to recognize that Bill does have the right to drive any way he wants. We really don't have the right to control the behavior of other people, even when they're wrong. After they choose to behave badly, however, we can choose what we want to do. So, now you tell Bill with complete peace in your heart, no accusation, no desire to change him, that although he can drive however he wants, you have chosen not to be in the car when he drives. Tell him it's just too frightening for you. Tell him it's all about your fears, your fault. No blaming. Recognize that there are probably other people who wouldn't mind being in the car with him when he drives like that. And admit that you personally have an idiosyncrasy about his driving. Your reasons are not important. The fact is that 1, you have the right to be afraid. And 2, you have the right not to be in the car when he's driving insanely. Now what's magical about this is that you're simply telling Bill what you are going to do. You're not telling him what he has to do. That's why he gets so mad when you talk to him about his driving. It's because we just hate being controlled. In this conversation, this new one that you're going to be having with Bill, you'll be giving him complete permission to drive as he wishes. And you'll be describing only what you will do. That makes such a huge difference in working things out with anybody. Notice that I don't recommend that you tell Bill that you won't ride in the car with him if he keeps driving insanely. No, you just tell him that you won't ride in the car with him because he's already proven that he drives like a crazy person most of the time, no matter what you do. And if you say what you will do if he drives like he does, it will sound like you're manipulating him. So don't do that. Just say you're not going to ride in the car with him. But you're still not done. Once you acknowledge that he has the right to drive as he wishes, and that you have a right not to be there when he does, you now have to come up with how the two of you are going to make travel plans when you're both going to the same place. And we'll talk about that in our next session.